Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Catherine and today's video is going to go over my October reseller recap. So if that is something you want to watch, then please stick around. Okay, so what is a reseller recap, you may ask? Well, let me tell you. So basically it is, well, I'm a part-time reseller, hi, and it's a recap of the month prior of all of my reselling numbers. It's something I've been doing for majority of this year. Kind of gives me a good idea of what, what my numbers are, because if you don't know your numbers, then, your numbers kind of direct what you're shopping for, how you're shopping, how you're selling, all that kind of stuff. So I like to kind of talk about it and, make a video about it. Why not? So today's video is going to be reviewing October's numbers. So to get started with my notes, I had a total sales of $2,162.51. My cost of goods was $884.28, leaving me a total profit of $1,337.85, which I will tell you is not the norm. Normally I like to sell anywhere, I like to have my profit range at least $750 because, like I said, I am a part-time reseller, so I can't dedicate all of my time because I do have a full-time job. I'm a mental health therapist, so this is a part-time side hustle for me. So 750 is wonderful. If I can get more, great. But this month was excellent. So almost double what I expect in a month. And I will share how a little bit later in the video as to why it was so high. So as far as items sold, I sold 132 items, which is bananas. Normally I sell about 30 to 40 items a month. So for 132, that's great. 3 of them sold on Depop, 1 item sold on Mercari, 3 items sold on eBay, and if my math is correct, then it's 125 items that I sold on Poshmark. So talking more about averages, the average days to sell was about 75 days from listing to selling. That is a little skewed only because I do regularly relist items, and with that I kind of start over the days of selling, but I do have a color-coded system to kind of tell me where in line, like how many times I've relisted it, and when it hits red, I've relisted it 4 times, and that means that item is time to go in my next relisting, when it's time to relist it. So my profit per item is quite significantly lower compared to previous months, and again I will get into that. So the profit per item was about $10.14, and my listing price per item was about $20.79. So why are my numbers significantly different from September? And that is because I ran a whole month-long bundle sale. So typically every month I like to have a sale at the end of the month to kind of help clear out some inventory, ensure that I'm making those profit goals that I'm wanting, and get myself started well for the next month. Well, October, I was like, it is time to clear stuff out. So I kind of figured out a way, how can I make this somewhat of a progressive sale throughout October. If you watched my September video, I can link it up in the cards. I did try to do a progressive type of sale at the end, actually at the beginning of the month, because I wanted it to coordinate with Labor Day, which didn't go over so well. So I was like, how can I revamp that for a whole month long? Because you have to kind of keep in mind too that you want to pique people's interest. And even just having a sale for a week is difficult to kind of keep people's interest. So how was I going to do it for a whole month? So what I came up with is each week I was having a different type of sale. And I made a whole Instagram post about it. I can, maybe if I'm like smart and have the energy, I'll post the pictures on this video as well. But I called it my inventory purge. And every graphic I used was very like spooky Halloween theme. So yeah. So the first week I did 3 items for $60. So any 3 items for $60. And so what you want to do is be very much on top of your items of how much you have, your cost of goods per item. So you want to make sure that any combination of 3 items in in the gist is $20, right? Each item is $20. Is your item, you know, $16? Because that's, you're gonna, what am I trying to say? You're gonna break even if it's your cost of good is $16 per item. So with that, sometimes you have to go through and you have to either mark some items not for sale, because I have some items that I do, like my cost of goods is roughly around the $5 to $7 mark, but I do have some items that are more than that, so I just marked them not for sale, so then you can honestly say everything that's a part of this, everything available is part of the sale. So that actually went pretty well for the first for the first week. And again, it's always going to be the first few, like, day or two that's going to be poppin', that type of sale, because you have the most interest at that time. So 3 for $60 was my first week. My second week was 3 for $45, meaning every item was $15 each, and you had to bundle at least 3 items. So that is my way of encouraging bundles and to get more inventory out of my you know, out of my area and into yours. So 3 for $45 or 15 each. So again, you have to think about it. 45 minus 20% is $36 divided by 3. So $13 each would be breaking even for each. So then sometimes you have to go through and mark some other items not for sale. So you're making sure you're not losing money, because there have been sales that I have lost money on before because I wasn't too diligent about checking my numbers. The third week was 2 for $20. I decided to reduce the items for bundling because at that point a lot of items had sold and I still wanted to encourage bundles, but some people who are not doing this to resell, you know, like are just purchasing for themselves, I want to make sure that they had enough items in their size and style to be able to bundle and not feel left out with having to bundle 3. So I did 2 for $20, making each one $10 each. So again, sometimes you have to go through and mark some stuff that are not for sale that do not fit within that line. And then for the fourth week, I kind of did my infamous sale, and I only say that is because I've heard other people say that they really like that sale from multiple people, so I call it my infamous sale. And again, I've spoken about this before. It's a $45 $15 split. So basically any item that is currently priced at $100 or more would now be $45 when you bundle it with something else, and anything $99 and below then makes it $15. So, you know, you could go as low as $30 of bundling 2 $15 items, or, you know, higher than that. And so with that, because some of my cost of goods, if you think about it, $45 again minus 20% is $36. So it would allow me to add in back some of the more expensive items that I had originally marked not for sale, just because it was a higher cost of goods. So that was the structuring of my sale and my thought process of you know, why I did each number. So I will say, normally in these videos, I like to do my top 5 and lowest 5 profitable sales, but almost all of these were bundles. I mean, I did have some individual sales here and there, like on eBay or Mercari and stuff like that, but most of them were bundles. So we'll just talk about bundles this month. So my lowest bundle was 3 items. So it was in the 3 for $60 time frame. So that first week, I sold a Young, Fabulous, and Broke dress, a Free People dress, and then a 3.1 Phillip Lim top, which was new with tags. Also that Young, Fabulous, Broke dress with new with tags. My cost of goods was $46.86. Again, it sold for $60, so I only profited $1.32 from that bundle. Again, all of these bundles are not winners, but the idea was to clear out inventory, and those items were definitely, I spent more than I would like for my cost of goods. I think one of them actually was a dress that I was going to wear, but decided not to. So I was like, you know what, normally I would mark that as a 0, but again, you know, I did technically make profit on it. I did sell it more than what I bought it for. So I included that in my cost of goods. So yes, a whopping $1.32, but that was 3 items out the door. Now for my highest bundle, and this is probably the most items I've ever sold in one bundle. And you let me know below, how many items have you sold in a bundle? Like, what's the most you've ever sold in one bundle? Mine was 14 items. Yes, 14. I won't go through each one of them. I'm sure I'll have it on the screen kind of showing what the items were, but this sold in my $45.15 sale. My cost of goods was $219.72, and it sold for $420, which I also think is my highest price sale that I've ever had, making my profit $116.28. So if you do the math, 14 divided by 116, I'm not gonna, do all of it. I know it's less than $10 because that'd be $140. So we'll just say like $8-ish an item. Again, I wasn't planning on making a lot of profit on this sale. I was looking more to make room for more items because I have a ton of items, unlisted items, that I am just so I just don't have the motivation to list them. So what I was doing is, while I was selling all these, I was trying to draft up a lot of listings of unlisted stuff. So, in the month of November, I could be very diligent about relisting some items and adding in new items, which I will say I've not been that great at. I'm trying to relist 4 items and list 4 new items each day. So a total of 8 items. And I can say I'm doing about half of that. I wanted to do it every day. I'm doing about half of that. But I was able to draft up a lot of things, so it's not like I'm having to create 4 new listings each day. They're already created, and trying to keep up with that. But yeah, so it kind of makes me think that because this is one of the months that I've had some of the highest profits, it makes me rethink my business model, which I think I've shared this in a video before, of like, hey, maybe I need to switch to more of a quick nickel than a slow dime, because as you can see, I'm selling a lot more items at a lower price. I mean, the average is $10.14 of profit. So maybe that's the route I need to be taking. And it's hard to tell because a lot of these items that sold were really expensive items. People are most likely probably wanting to get them to resell them, which I've already seen people, resell them. So basically, I mean, in the idea of business, you want to buy low, sell high. So I don't know, maybe this is a new route that I want to take, and this will encourage me to do more binge shopping, because most of the time I shop at regular Goodwill, other thrift stores around town. I can link up above a video that I just did, where I bought mostly from the Humane Society thrift store, which is one of my favorite thrift stores, and they have really great prices. So just really being in, considering the price I'm paying per item and trying to reduce that as much as possible, which then will allow me to reduce the price that I'm selling at and still make a really decent profit. So I don't know. What are your thoughts below? How was your October? Did you meet reselling goals? I can already tell you November is slowing way down. I mean, we are halfway through November and I'm maybe $150 in profit, maybe. So I have noticed that trend is that one month I'll have a really great month and the next month not so great, but we are in Q4, so a lot of people are buying, more new with tag stuff, which this sale I just had kind of wiped me of a lot of new with tag stuff. So maybe I'm not the place that people want to shop for, but anyway, those are my numbers. It's always interesting to go through. I love hearing if you made your goals, and how you made your goals, what sales work best for you. Make sure you comment all that stuff down below. If you're interested in reselling or makeup content, I did do my makeup today and using my Melt Cosmetics Morte palette from my November Shop My Stash, as well as some other products that I just picked up in my Sephora haul, which I don't think will be live when I upload this video. It might be. If it is, I will make sure to link it. If not, I will still link all my items that I'm using down below. So with that, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.